Hi, my name is Thomas. Welcome to Cheeky Kokako for another miniatures video. In this episode, I'm looking at the mini which I used for one of the humanoids, the Druid. The stats for the Druid can be found in the monster manual on page 346. The miniature that I chose for my Druid mini is from Oathsworn Miniatures from their Sensible Shoes range, Firbolg Druid SS30. This unpainted miniature has a base size of medium, which is the size that Firbolgs are supposed to be, and so I'm at peace with myself. I really like the Sensible Shoes range of minis from Oathsworn Miniatures. They make female adventurers who don't have minimal clothing to accentuate their skin, but instead are women which have sensible clothing. They look like normal people instead of strippers. Nothing against strippers, but there's no reason to dress like one if you're wandering through the wilderness. It's not going to make for a comfortable trip. This is a funny creature in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Druids are a class of adventurers, but are also a defined creature in the monster manual. The monster manual has them listed as being a 4th level druid, which is nice for the sake of convenience. They don't have the weaponry that a 1st level druid has though, which is odd to me. And why a 4th level druid and not a 3rd level or 6th level druid? No reason really that I can see. When I homebrew, I usually stat up a druid as if I was creating a PC, to make it a bit more authentic and unique. They get more of a variety of spells and range of drives that way, as well as a magic item or two that the players might not be expecting. Regardless, whichever way you do things, you'll need some druid miniatures at some point. I personally have heaps of druid minis. That's the sort of thing that happens when you're a conservation biologist who plays Dungeons & Dragons. I find it hard to pass up a good druid mini. This particular miniature is one that I painted up for one of the PCs in one of my groups. The player is an old friend of mine, and I painted it to be a bit more meaningful for her. At one point in the 1990s, we took a common poorwill, which had been rehabilitated and was ready to live on its own again, and released it into the Rocky Mountain foothills in Colorado, so the bird on the mini is a poorwill instead of your bog standard crow. The feathers on her staff are a bit more exotic as well. Also, Firbolgs are giantkin, so they average 10.5 to almost 11.5 feet tall, which is well over 3 meters tall. This mini represents that well. As usual, for scale, Inchimic 25mm in the Stork is 1 inch tall from the bottom of its base, while the Summer Eladrin mini will give an idea of the scale of the Firbolg Druid next to an average human-sized mini. If you're looking for links to the minis in this video, you'll find them in the description. I hope you found this video useful while looking at filling in your Dungeons & Dragons miniature collection. If you have miniatures that you either like or dislike for druids in your game, let us know what they are in the comments. I'll catch you next time when I show you another miniature from my collection. Until then, this is Thomas for Cheeky Kokako.